Hey, welcome to. Did you just give a kiss? Welcome to enjoying your blended family.
I thought it led in perfectly with today.
Oh, for today's topic.
Yes.
That is true. So if you're just tuning in, you're like, what in the world is going on? She's trying to kiss the other co-host. Luckily, they're married, so that's a benefit.
It is.
But today's topic is going to be kind of along those lines. So we're really excited today because this is one of those topics that's not talked about enough, especially in a Christian-based community. So we're gonna get in a little bit. We're gonna keep it like PG-13. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna keep it PG-13ish.
We're gonna try, but
PG-13ish.
But just in case, we do want you to know that if you have little ones listening, you may want to hear this first before you allow them to hear it.
That's right, earmuffs.
Yeah.
For any old school reference there, you got that. If you didn't, then that's okay. But no, seriously, this is more of a...
I don't know if I got that, but you have to tell me later.
I am more of the movie buff, so I've watched a lot, and I'm a music buff, so it's kind of one of those, I reference that. If you haven't caught my personality, I always have a song in mind or a movie reference.
And it's been heightened here lately. So.
It has, and I have a lot of fun with that, and I annoy her with that. I don't intend to. I want her to laugh with me, but it doesn't always happen that way. But that's married life.
I can't laugh. I can't laugh if I don't get it. But back to the point.
This is all about married stuff today. So if you have little ones, you may want to maybe listen a little later, or maybe get them an ice cream and you can listen to this.
Give them their earmuffs, apparently,
so,
or have them listen to something else. We're just saying, if you're listening to us on your way somewhere in the car and we're on speaker, maybe not the right time.
Pause this one and come back to it later, because this is some married stuff we talking about. So that's all I'm going to start there. We're going to dive a little deeper.
All right. So
on Friday.
Are you ready to bring this one?
I am. So this is Adventure Challenges New. Now, if you haven't heard of Adventure Challenge, we talk about it a lot here because we believe in it. We believe in the power of dating each other in marriage. We believe in the power of dating your kids. That is so important in blended families. In any marriage or any family alone, you've got to be able to spend time together, quality time together. And that's so key, especially as blended families, to be able to blend quicker, to blend better, to grow stronger relationships.
That's why we have these fun Fridays, is because we just believe in it so much, of giving you ideas to connecting with your family. But today's topic is more just connecting with your spouse in a more intimate way.
Intimate. That means doing it, y'all. But
I told him when he said do it, and I was like, no, the right terminology is intimacy. And he's like, I don't care, I'm going to call it do it.
Do it. Just do it. So we're talking about that because that is so important. It is so important in a marriage. And Adventure Challenge offers this new product, which we're going to talk about that here in a minute. We're so excited. We've got ours on order. It is on its way, actually.
He just got an email this morning that it's on its way.
It's on its way. It was back ordered, so I'm so excited. But we're gonna share that momentarily, along with a few extra tips. So Adventure Challenge has this Adventure Challenge tips in marriage. So it's really cool. We're going to share that too. But getting back to the marriage intimacy, it is so important. You know, and God's words tells us throughout the Bible that marriage intimacy, that's something that we need to share together as a married couple.
Yeah.
Because if we're not coming together, you know, God created sex, He created intimacy, He created marriage, He created all this. And if we're not having that in our relationship, it says that the enemy can use that to start dividing us, to start pulling us apart. Yeah. And so it's so important for man and wife as a married couple to stay connected that way. We've got to. And if we don't, that's whenever we start not staying on the same page. That's when we start seeing more arguments and really looking at each other's faults as opposed to looking at the beauty within each other. So whenever we come together and we do get intimate, and intimacy doesn't always mean doing it, right? Intimacy means just getting on that intimate level with your partner. And so there's so many different forms of that, which is powerful. And whenever we start sharing that, it bonds us together. And the cool thing, being in a blended family, our kids need us strong strong together. If we are divided against each other, we start creating that division in our kids as well. Our kids see that and they start feeding off of that. And they've already gone through hurt because there's been divorce in our past. They could be split between parents, biological parents, step parents, things of this nature, which lead to so many opportunities for division. So us having a strong marriage, that is key to putting that away, breaking down walls and barriers. That's why it's so important that we stay connected, and we do that on many different levels, but intimacy is a big one.
Yeah, and that's one we're going to just really talk on today. And we do feel like it's not talked about enough because it has just such the stigma to it that especially depending on how you grew up hearing about it, or maybe you learned from television or from your friends in 6th grade, which is probably not a great place to learn about certain things. But we all got exposed to it in different ways. I know you got something brewing in there.
Keep going.
But I mean, even for me, I will begin to blush on saying the word sex. Me and a friend, Jamie, actually from Date Crates, if you heard that Fun Friday a couple of weeks ago, I would start. We did an Instagram live last week, and as soon as I needed to say the word sex, I whispered. And it's like, we laughed about that, her and I both, because it just has this like, oh, we can't say that word out loud. It's a bad word. And it's not a bad word. God created it. I don't know if he created the word, but he created the act. And he made it something that was beautiful between a married couple. And now, because of the way the world has twisted it, and because it has like a dirty feel to it, people just shut down and don't talk about it at all. Either the people that are talking about it are talking about it in such a way that's not healthy in a marriage, and then the ones that are married, we're not talking about it because that's something that happens in the bedroom, and you need to keep it between the two of you in the bedroom and not bring other people into it. So talking about it out loud is bringing other people into it.
For sure, and that's kind of just generational as well. Our parents and their parents, that's just one thing you didn't talk about. And there's been so many negative talks on it that it's dirty, it's not right, or things of that. And there's been so many false beliefs on it, and it's all because it's not being talked about enough healthy. Not having healthy talks on it, and let's face it, we've seen so many of those bad sex ed things growing up and going through school, and they teach you all the negative things and the diseases and stuff to scare you away from it. And so we really live as thinking sex is fearful, and even in a marriage, sometimes that's things we don't talk about. We don't share our likes, our dislikes, and we don't figure out how each other works so that we can connect together on deeper levels. Because when we do that, man, it shifts things. It's powerful. Yeah. And if you've been married for any length of time, that can start taking place as being boring, as getting old. Because let's face it, whenever you first get married, it's new. You're figuring each other out, and it's like you're seeing your partner in a different light that you never had before.
But that's even in a normal situation, because when you're getting married were you fixing to go there?
No, you're fine.
That in a blended family, when you would have had that fun, experimental, no kids in the house time frame where you could just do it all the time, as he would say.
Just do it.
You don't have that. Like you were going into, like for us, when we married, my kids slept with me in my bed because I was a single mom and I just felt safer like that. And his daughter slept with him in his bed because of, I don't know why.
It was more of that just protection. So, I didn't like her in another room, and she felt more comfortable being right there with me. And so it's just, it's what we did, and it was more of a protection thing. She was right there with me. And so, we did that, and that was just our habits. And
so we start out at the beginning having to carry
separate our kids
back to bed.
They kept wanting to come back into our bed, and it's like, well, sorry, if we let one in, we gotta let everybody in. Our bed's not big enough.
And it was just this weird taboo thing too, my kids in the bed with him, we love each other, but do you bring your children into it? You know what we're saying.
It gets weird, and then you got the other parent, the other biological parents and stuff, and it's just, it can throw in so much so many issues that come along with that. And honestly, I mean, the kids need to be in their own room.
Yeah.
They don't need to be in your marriage
True
bed.
story. True story.
When it all comes down to it, and I think that's part of divorce is you're trying to protect your kids. And then you get into a new marriage and you have to do things different. So even saying that, whenever you come together in a blended family, that presents another problem. That when you're coming together in a blended family and you both have kids, it's no longer you're coming together before you have kids and you get to have all that creative excitement and just learning each other, that experimental actions that you're having. You don't get that, right? And so that poses that other challenge. So you've got that along with everything else. And so it can really lead to where you start pulling away from it. So as blended families, we can actually not put that as a priority. We start putting our kids more as the priority than putting our relationships and everything together. So, and it's just one of those that once you put your marriage first, man, your kids benefit from that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of an opposite mentality in a blended family. We try to put our kids first, but actually we're helping them by making sure our marriage is strong.
Yeah, you've seen a spouse come and go, but your kids are forever. I've heard that saying before, and so that it is scary of putting a relationship above something else, knowing that it could go south at any moment. But if you don't, then that's almost an automatic guarantee. You've got to have some pretty strong just stick with itness if you're not prioritizing that relationship, and if you're not prioritizing sex. It's going to happen because we were created for that.
Well, and that's the problem is if we're not talking about it, if we're not growing in that, we're growing apart from it. Mm-hmm. And that's what can lead people into disconnect, which then they start sharing their problems with other people, which opens the door for a lot of marital issues that, cheating and feeling like you can confide in someone else over your problems that you and your spouse should be talking about.
Looking into other sources to get that satisfaction outside of your marriage. You're
looking into pornography and all these things. All these doors start opening up because you're looking to fulfill that void that's within you that is really created for your partner. But we just don't know how to do it. We don't know how to talk about this stuff with each other because it is personal, it is intimate, and it's scary. And that's why we haven't talked about it enough. And especially in a Christian environment where we feel like, oh, well, we can't talk about that. Well, we're calling that one out. We need to be talking about that in healthy ways, not in ways that feed into that negative aspect of it, but in healthy ways of drawing me and my spouse closer together.
And you might think we're a little weird, but Randall and I, we pray before we talk to you guys because we want to make sure what we're portraying to you is what it's God led. Yeah. But for us to stand here before we talk to you and pray to God about sex and talking about sex and talking to you about sex and how you connect with your partner about sex, that in some environments may seem very weird. I just remember when he was praying, thinking like, I wonder if anybody heard us praying about this, if they would think it's weird. And in reality, probably so, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
We got to normalize this a little bit, y'all.
Can
we do that? Yes. But what leads us into this and what leads us into that topic is that makes us have a healthy marriage, right? Is by us staying intimate and keep us growing together and doing it. Boom, did it. I said it. But us having that connection deeper keeps us closer together, which makes our marriage stronger, which our kids benefit from that. So that's bottom line. So we got to have that. The problem comes in is initially it's fun. You have fun and excitement and you're doing things for the first time you hadn't done before. So that's awesome and that's exciting. But over a period of time, it can start to fizzle out because now it becomes the normal. It's kind of like, we've done that, and you start losing that excitement for it. Yeah. So we've got to start coming up with ways to keep that excitement here, to keeping that excitement active, to keeping it moving. In a healthy way. In a healthy way.
Because that's what's scary. If you might start Googling ways to do that, and it may start introducing things into your marriage that aren't good for you, that aren't healthy. It opens up doors that can end up causing more division in the end. Then, because, we're like a lot of you. Like, we need help in an area, we Google it. And so things can be presented to you, and then it may end up causing that division. So looking for things that are going to draw you closer closer in the bedroom or outside the bedroom, instead of in the end pulling you further away. Because there are a lot of solutions out there, but not all of them are biblical or healthy solutions. Were you gonna say something?
No, and so that's why we're talking about this. We want to provide a healthy solution here. Maybe you're in a marriage right now and you're like, it's fun. We have it. We enjoy it. We wish we were doing it more, but we wish we were connecting more. We know we need to, just don't know how. Hey, we'll be back momentarily. Check out this announcement.
The holiday challenge is in full swing, but I want you to know that it's not too late to join. And you might be thinking, what the heck is a holiday challenge? This year, we are focusing more on the things that matter around the holidays. We're forgetting about the hustle and bustle and all the stuff that stresses us out, and we're focusing on joy. Now, although we've already started, you can still join in. You'll be a part of our private Facebook group. You'll have access to everything that we've already talked about over the last couple weeks, and you'll still get the book that we're using all included in that. And so don't worry, you'll have plenty of time to catch up and dig into it and just start enjoying the holiday today. Back to the episode.
And that's why we have done this as well. We've hit these roadblocks, and it's like, okay, let's bring more excitement into the bedroom. Yeah. Let's bring more excitement connecting. Life is short. Why are we going to sit here and not let this be a thing whenever it's really awesome when we do this? And it draws us closer together.
Yeah, why do you lay there in bed and pretend you're asleep? Because you don't want to, them to
make a move. Or
you don't want them to make a move, so you roll over like...
It's like, yeah, I'm asleep.
I'm going to admit this real quick. Because he'll stay up watching a show in the living room, and I'll be like scrolling Instagram, but as soon as I hear him like shutting down the living room, I'm like, oh...
See? And we don't want that.
And I don't know why I'm avoiding it, because I like it.
We have fun doing it. The thing is the excitement's not there. And so we got to keep that excitement alive. We got to keep it thriving. We got to keep it something new, something special, something healthy, right? But something that's going to bring us closer together. And so this product that we're talking about today is one of those. We found quite a few, and we'll talk about more of them in future episodes.
Yes.
But this one is powerful. We're so excited for it because we believe in Adventure Challenge. We believe in what they do. It has helped us just do the out of the box to keep excitement and dating each other. But what they've done, if you haven't heard, is they created a new product. It is hot out, fresh, on the shelf, hot from the press. But this one is called In Bed. So boom, that's already exciting.
Yeah, Adventure Challenge In Bed.
In Bed. So this is a new thing for couples to where it's not just about having sex, but it's about creating that excitement, that a new level of intimacy. So I have this here. I just printed this out because we actually ordered ours. Whenever we saw this, we're like, yes, this is awesome. So we have ours on order. We've kind of talked to them and looked at the product and everything. So we're so excited for this.
And real quick, if you don't know, I don't know if we said this in the beginning, Adventure Challenge, it's a scratch-off book. So they're covered up so you don't know what the challenge is until you scratch it off.
You have a form of excitement.
Yes, and you have to come together with some agreements. Do you have that? Is that what you're going to talk about?
Yeah, okay, so what I'm going to share is this is straight from their wording, right? So I just want you to hear this. So it says, connected sex equals better sex. Designed to bring fun and connection to the bedroom. Certified sex coach approved, guaranteed to get you lucky with a winky face. Uh-oh. So, okay, now it also says this. It says, this is not a normal sex book. It says, we're not going to teach you about the deep lotus or the limber lean. By all means, look those up.
I can't do that on here.
It says, by all means, look those up on your own time. This book is about exploring outside of your sexual habits. So that's what's powerful right there, is outside of your normal stuff. The normal that is fun, but can get...
Can I admit them the one thing?
Yeah.
The one thing? You have no idea what I'm going to say?
I have no idea.
Because we've done something similar to this before a year ago, which kind of like opened up our eyes, literally, to what is possible in the bedroom. And I will admit, for the first 13 years of marriage, and then I was married before, so I will just say my entire life, I thought you had sex with your eyes closed. I did not realize it was okay to open your eyes. So, I mean, every once in a while, you get a little peek in there, but I just thought it was norm to keep your eyes closed.
See, and that's some of the false beliefs, and it's because we don't talk about this stuff. But what happened after you learned that?
Wow. It was.
You started opening your eyes.
I started opening my eyes, and
you found another level that you never knew.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you get more turned on when you're watching. I guess that's why pornography is such a big deal, because people like to actually watch it.
So see, married couples get to have this fun.
I'm a little bit blushing before I put my makeup on today. I thought, do I put blush on? Because I'm probably gonna blush on here. But I'm not scared to say these things, but then I get really awkward afterwards.
But the thing is these are these false beliefs that we go into it. She never even thought to talk or express that, or was even a thing to talk about. It's just something that she did. And it wasn't until she got exposed to an idea that, doing some of these things that we're talking about, that she was like, oh, okay. And that's something that we got to do together. It wasn't like we were going outside of our marriage bed. This is something that we're doing together. And it drew us closer. It drew her closer to me. And so it's just this powerful thing, right? So, but it also says that it's diving deeper into connection and creating even more profound memories. And that's kind of the whole theme of enjoying your blended family, is creating memories, creating those things. And if you're able to do that on an intimate level with your spouse, with your husband, with your wife, how powerful is that?
Yeah.
Now you're getting to have excitement again. You're keeping it alive. This is something that you don't want to stagnate. You want this to constantly be growing, and constantly that you're having fun together. Because the bottom line is, right now you might have your kids there with you, but one day they're going to get old and they're going to move out of the house. And it's just going to be you and your spouse. And if y'all don't have an intimate connection, you're going to be looking at a stranger. And you don't want that.
Yeah.
You want something to where now you're going into a new season of life that's growing even closer, right? So that's the power in this. So they have all kinds of cool things here. We're going to put the website link on there. I was going to read more, but there's like people who have given their testimonies of this product, and one, it said, read this if you're a parent. And it just talks about how much this helped her in her marriage, that this is something that you have to do. They can't wait now for their kids to go to bed. This is something that they just said, we're going to do it. We're going to scratch one off a week. This is what they had. Works for them. And she said it hasn't grown them just in their sexual relationship, but more intimate together. And she said it's powerful, a level she never thought she would be with her husband. And so, that's the power that there is in doing things like this. And this is really something that we didn't stumble on into our marriage maybe 12, 13 years into our marriage, or maybe later, and here we are, we're looking at 15 years, but these are just things that we never talked about. We just let the stresses of life and the busyness just, sometimes we connect, sometimes we didn't.
Yeah, and I'll say I started wanting to look into it too, and I think you were doing it on your own, but it's just one of those, you don't want to admit that there could be a problem because you feel like if you mention it could be. But when we started getting to the stage of not having the kids in the house anymore is when I started like, okay, well, how can I turn this into a positive? Okay, one of those positives, and especially for a blended family, you may be sad when your kids are not there because they're at their other parents and the house is empty and it is quiet. Okay, well, let's use that to our advantage, right? So that these are one of those things that can just enhance that. So you're not going to read the 4 tips?
Yeah, we're gonna get into the 4 tips. I do want you to hear that, and we'll do that momentarily. But this product, I'm telling you, is phenomenal. I love their products. What they've done though is they've got a special. They've got a bundle special. So if you're interested in that, go check them out. We're going to put the website. We are affiliates with them. So being that, it helps us to give you 10% off. We get a little kickback if you purchase through them, if this is your thing. But this also gets you 10% off at checkout anytime. They do offer a lot of other deals. Like right now, I think they have a 15% off deal going on. So, you'd want to use that. But we'll provide the link down there below. If you go through that link, you can get connected. You can see what all they have. But this one's called In Bed. They have a bundled package to where you can get the In Bed plus the couples edition. So they got that along with, they're doing a free premium blanket that goes along with it, right? But they give you a discount on if you were just to buy the 2 books individually. So check them out, though. This is powerful. If maybe you just want to get the in bed, we already have the couples edition. You hear us talking about that on podcasts. We'll scratch a date off and we'll go do this, and it's just fun, out of the box things. We have so much fun that brings us closer together doing that. So check them out. It is there. They are powerful. We firmly believe in them. That's why we're connected with them. So check that out. Maybe use that. This is also a great gift idea. So maybe you're a husband or a wife listening to this, and this is today, actually it's Black Friday. So maybe you want to get this for your husband. Maybe you want to get this for your wife and wrap it up and give this to them in the bedroom on the Christmas Eve or something like that.
Maybe not in front of the whole
and say,
family.
hey, I want to, check this out, this gift, and so maybe that's something new that maybe they wouldn't have thought of, or you wouldn't have thought of. It's an awesome gift. Or maybe this is a gift that y'all do together, that you say, hey, you know what? We can get each other individual gifts or whatever, but let's get us a together gift. Let's do this, because this isn't a gift that you just do one time and done. This is... These can last a whole year if you wanted to.
Probably
so this is
longer than a year.
like the gift that keeps on giving. So this is something that now you're pouring into y'all's intimacy, into y'all's relationship for a long time. And then once you're starting to do some of these things, you're learning some new things to where now you're able to start doing more stuff on top of that. So there's power in that. So great gift idea. Maybe a married couple that you could even buy this for them as a gift. Or even some of your friends or something. It's like, hey, here,
like a bridal or even the wedding, like wedding gift idea. Because especially the bridal showers, because it is more, for some reason, those are more sex focused than your regular wedding gifts. But it would make an awesome gift. And the creators of Adventure Challenge are Christians as well. So just knowing that brought me, I didn't know that when we first bought Adventure Challenge, but I've been listening to his background and stuff. So knowing that it has that basis to it brings more comfort.
Yeah, for sure. So it's just a great product, and they have a lot more other things. They got things for families and stuff like that. So we'll put that website there to where you can go there and check them all out. But great gift ideas. So if you're looking for some new, different things instead of just buying stuff that rusts and goes away, if you're wanting something that continues giving to your family or other families and stuff like that, I'm telling you, there's power in what they're doing. So check them out. But we're going to go ahead and end this. We're going to end this with the 4 tips. Yeah. Okay, so they provide 4 tips here. Actually, many tips. We're only reading 4. So this one, tip number 1. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Tip number 1. Tip number 1, set time aside. Tip number 1, set time aside. You plan your workouts, your laundry days, and your meals. Why not plan your dates? Make a calendar event if you have to, but if you don't reserve time for your partner, it might not happen. Man.
Yes.
That's powerful.
It's one of those things that it's like, what? We have to schedule it, but yes, schedule it, and then you have it to look forward to and anticipate.
Right. If you don't schedule it, it won't happen. It's so easy for it not to happen.
You don't have to always schedule it, but it is important to at least start there.
For sure. So make date time. We always say once a week, have a date night, and it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. It could be a walk around the block, but just make a date night with your spouse at least once a week. Yeah. And then we talk about dating your family and all that and other things. Second one, number 2. So number 1 was set time aside. Number 2 is build excitement. So this says communicate that you're looking forward to your next date. Express your excitement to your partner to build connection leading up to your adventure. So whatever y'all said, whatever you put on the calendar, now build excitement for it. So maybe you plan something on Friday and it's Monday. So throughout the week, you're texting each other about it. When you're not together, or you're saying, Friday coming on.
You can even have some code words in there if you don't want other people reading your.
So throw some gifts, some whatever. Just do something
not
out of
gifts,
the ordinary.
GIFT, but gifts.
GIF.
Yeah.
So excitement. Build that excitement. So number 3, mix it up. Netflix and chill was so last year. Dinner and a movie. No thanks. Couples experience deeper psychological connection when they experience something new together. The brain works better when it's out of its comfort zone.
Nice.
Boom. That is like a mind-blowing
And that's the things that we've been...
talk right there.
Yeah.
So mix it up. You create better connections, better memories.
I like it mixed
things
up. How about you?
Oh, yeah. I love mixing things up. I like variety because the same thing, if I ate vanilla ice cream every day, I'd get tired of it.
Even if you love vanilla ice cream, it gets
right.
old.
That's right. So mix it up together, healthy together, and there's power in that. Okay, and number 4, last but not least, go somewhere new. Your next favorite date night is out there waiting for you to experience it. It could be a comedy club, a record store, a sushi place, or going skydiving. You won't know until you try it. There are so many different ideas out there, so many things to do, and so often we get stuck into the same routines. So doing things like this helps us break that up, gives us the ideas to where we don't have to think about it. We just get to scratch it off and go, oh, okay, sweet. I would have never thought about that.
Yeah.
And then you do it. You're creating new memories.
And how nice
together.
for it to be a surprise for both of you. So
Yes.
no one's having to plan it.
And you're not having to come up or create it or anything like that. There it is. It's planned for you. So check it out. The Adventure Challenge is powerful. The new In Bed edition. We're so excited.
And I did want to just disclaimer. I want to say that they have like some disclaimers or like some rules to follow to get started with about like comfort level with you and your spouse.
For
and
sure.
Coming up with what
Safe
feels
words
safe.
and
Yeah,
things like
safe
that.
words and all of that. So that, because, you know, everybody has different backgrounds of what they have associated sex
For
with
sure.
in the past or
For
different
sure.
experiences.
We all have boundaries. And,
Yeah.
you know,
So
there-
it does cover that as well before you get started.
For sure. We don't want to go past to where we feel unsafe. And that they do talk about that and they do a very good job there. So
Yes.
you don't want either of you to go past that, but you want to stretch it a little bit and try new things.
Open your eyes a little.
Open your eyes a little bit and you never know what you'll see. So no, it's powerful. Great gift ideas. Great for you to stay connected with your spouse. So firmly believe it. We're going to put everything into the show notes below in this episode. That way you can go there, click the link, go check out their products, go check it out. Maybe this is something that you would never have thought of to do, but it will change your intimacy level to a greater understanding of each other. And there's
Man,
power in that. So
what a
good stuff.
great episode.
Sweet. So ultimately, go do it.
Go to it. I'm just surprised that he didn't ever bust into the song doing it and doing it and doing it well. I thought that was coming and I was like, he didn't go there. Okay.
I was waiting for you. Doing it and doing it and doing
There he
it
goes.
well.
Yeah.
See, she just had to bring that in.
Yeah.
Anyways, awesome. Check it out. Links down there. Spice it up. But y'all stay connected. It's important. Stay together. So grow together. Not just talking about sex, but intimacy. There's power in it. So awesome. We will see you guys on the next episode. Enjoy your Friday.
Hey, thanks for joining us for another fun Friday here at Enjoying Your Blended Family. All the links we talked about today are in the show notes. And if you enjoyed listening, be sure to subscribe because it's free and it lets you know when we have another episode out for you to listen to.
And if you don't mind helping us out so we can start reaching more people, leave us a rating and review. You never know when we'll give you a shout out. Until next time, have fun being intentional and remember to enjoy the moment.